space for widows. Money on our mind, doing numbers, constantly adding zeros. People depending on me, fast lane, they ghetto hero. Cartier lenses, chinky eyes half closed. Billy Kimber keep me relaxed on the road. I stood in zero below for the dinero. Rather freeze to death before I be broke. Sacrifice my life to get my foot in the door. Now I got the keys to the city, I can open doors. Running that bag up is my only goal.
What's up? It is your girl, Mrs. Kiwi, and I am definitely in the building tonight. And I'll be joined in a minute with my co-host, Mrs. Mink out of the ATL. And of course, my co-host, Fastlane, will definitely be here today. We have a great show for you tonight. We have a great show. How is everyone feeling?
Hey. I know you can hear me. You might not be able to see me.
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I cannot complain. So I want you all to tune in on tonight. Call in 515-599-1687. Of course, we have a great topic for you. Fruit don't fall far from the tree. Tell us a little bit about that mission statement, Miss Mink. Why not say it?
Hey, as usual, it ties into everything it is that we talk about, especially with tonight. Fruit don't fall too far from the tree. So we want to make sure that we are in every aspect, bridging the gap between the youth and the season. And hey, when you say the fruit don't fall too far from the tree, then hey, that's where that gap starts to mend a little bit, because you can see a little bit of yourself in your fruit that you bear.
Yes. And they say, hey, where you sow that seed is where it grows if you water it and nurture it. So that means that, hey, what type of fruit are you bearing from your tree? And
that's right.
How many similarities do you have or see in your child? Between a parent and a child? Hey.
That's right. How many apples we got laying on the ground?
Man, and I'm taking it even further, because whatever fruit that grow on the tree, it could be a pear, a peach. Those can represent different families, because each one of us are different. Some of us may be apples, some may be pears, some may be peaches. Hey, some may even be berries. So hey,
berries don't grow on a tree.
Oh well, hey, I'm just saying that. Hey, I thought it did. Vines, trees, they all the same to me. But yes, we just want to hear from you to see what you say. What's your opinion about that? Do the apple fall far from the tree? And the ones that do fall far, what happened? Where did it go wrong? Or, has it started to rotten, or is it still ripening? Let us know. Talk to us. We'll talk back.
Yeah, so for those of you all, and I'm pretty sure everybody have heard, but we got some young tenders that be wondering when you say those different phrases, what the heck y'all talking about? So when you say, I want to know who all have heard about that special phrase, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. When I was doing a little bit of research, and I found that it's like you just stated earlier from the beginning, that those similarities of that parent, whether it's behavioral or appearance. Hey, how far does that apple fall far from the tree? And sometimes you got to shake it up, shake that tree a little bit so that apple can fall a little bit further, because you don't want them to be just like you.
Because, baby, some apples stay so long on them branches, baby, they start to wither.
Start getting a little soft and sour.
Yeah, baby. That's the ones that don't want to leave home and responsibilities, baby. They still
then you have to look at when did they parent leave home. Did they leave home a little late, or did they leave home real soon? So we have to just kind of look at that. But it's a fun topic.
Yes,
because you get a chance to kind of like talk about apples to apples.
Yeah, call in, share some good thoughts or some bad thoughts. Just share some thoughts about your apple off of your tree, how far
Mm,
did it fall? Or,
that's right.
hey, how did
It's
it work?
some of the hipper sayings that's going on now that's kind of related to it is I get it from my
I'm
mama.
trying to tell you, but what do you get from your mama? How about that?
Right,
Let's break
exactly.
that down because we do be
Absolutely.
quick to say, I get it from my mama. Because I say it, I do get it from my mama, but I could break it down, baby, what I get from mine, baby. Knowledge is one. Knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
Mm-hmm.
she don't mind
Yes,
who
yes,
it
yes.
is. She don't mind where we are. Hey, she don't mind if it's somebody else's. If she see you and she know it's wrong, she gonna say
She gonna
something to
tell
you.
you.
But the beauty of it is it's not always what they say, it's how they approach people when they say it. So hey, and she's a very approachable person. So, I didn't
So
fall
what do you
far
think
from my mama.
happens when the apple don't fall too far from the tree?
Well, that's when. Well, my opinion, when the apple don't fall too far from the tree, those are probably those ones that really haven't gotten out there and experienced too much of anything, because they still kind of up under their parent or up under their mom. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. That's that apple that didn't fall too far from the tree. Because the apples that did fall far from the tree, they out there experiencing some things. You hear me? They out there doing some things and some of those things came from them parents, that mama and that daddy. You know
Hmm.
what I'm
Do
saying?
you
Some of them
do you see
similarities.
some similarities from your apple?
I do. I do. And what's so funny is not only do I see similarities from my apple, but I see similarities from her apples. You
And that's the
dig?
truth.
And
That ain't
if
no
you think
lie.
about it, that's 4 generations right there. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
hey,
yeah.
I
That
really do. I really
that is
do.
no lie. Is it more? Do you think it's more similarities as far as from appearance or behavioral?
Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a little bit of both because I'm gonna be honest with you. My daughter is a very humble person, but
Uh huh. Her mama.
she do got that whippersnapper in her like her mama. So that's a similarity right there. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, her mom's good, so she's good. You got it?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes.
I can see a few similarities from each one of mine. And but even though it is that they are all different, got their own personalities and all that stuff, but they, hey, a lot of people tell me that my daughter look a lot like me. Although when they see my sons, they say that they, favor me too. But I think who has the most characteristics of me is my oldest son.
Mm.
Maisha, which is my daughter, she,
She
had,
favors you. So
yeah,
she got
yep,
that.
and
You and her,
appearance.
yeah,
But
y'all
yeah,
favor.
she is headstrong, very
Yeah,
independent.
yeah.
So she got some of that from her mama, most
And that's
definitely.
my niece slash daughter, and she got a lot of
Oh
her
Jesus!
TT. That's that Scorpio.
Yes,
That's
yes,
why I
yes.
say it could go generations.
Uh
So when
huh.
you say apple, it's a lot of apples that grow on a family tree. So especially that immediate family. Sometimes
Uh
it
huh.
skips generations, and you see that generation, and you be like, "Now wait a minute," So hey,
Yeah, and you're right. You're right because it don't necessarily. A lot of people say that I look like my auntie.
mama, baby, sister.
So, as far as, but I see a lot of me as I get older, of mama. But yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
everybody, they used to always tell the story, and they still do. When
yeah.
I was born and I was a little girl, my aunt used to say that people used to tell her all the time, "That's not your sister's daughter, that's your daughter. Quit
Yeah,
pulling my leg." So,
yeah.
yeah, it
So that's why I
goes. It
say,
really
yeah,
can.
them similarities, them characteristics, yeah, you can find that. And apples don't fall too far from the tree when they say that. Like um what you growing up with in your household. Hello, hello, hello. We have someone that has entered the building, Mr. Fast Lane 747.
Hey, welcome
Building.
in, Fast Lane. Zoom, zoom.
Building, fucking fresh and flesh, you know?
Well, baby, you ain't gotta act like it. You in the building.
That's what I'm saying.
And we just talking about fruit falling far from the tree. That's what we talking about on the day, So we're gonna let you get in and get yourself settled, and then you just jump right on in when you get ready.
That's right.
Cause right now we looking for our callers to call in 515-599-1687. This is just a fun topic. Hey, did the fruit fall far from your tree? Talk to us. We'll talk back.
So, what do you think happens when that fruit falls from the tree, though?
Sometimes it fall and roll, and sometimes it splatter all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
That's that
rotten apple.
Hey,
It was rotten before it fell out the tree. That's the
right.
way.
That's that umbilical cord getting cut. So now they falling down to reality, putting their feet on soil. Now they got to take off running because it's time for reality. Now it's time to grow up and
Yes. Hey, the earth, when that apple hit the earth,
man,
then it's either going to be in survival mode or it's just going to, like Ross said, Fast Lane said, splat.
Okay. Hit that ground and it's going to be rotten black. Just like that, So,
Yes.
But, it's just like any plant. When it hit the ground, it's dropping seeds. You know what I mean? And,
Yep.
And as that seed grow, like the seed that it came from plays a major part of how tall that tree gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever that is, whatever seed it is. And that plays a major part of us. You know what I mean? Like when they say that fruit don't fall too far from the tree, it's saying a lot about where you came from. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of us learn from where we came from, and some of us become where we came from. Now, depending on where we came from, that determines how much you need to change about yourself.
All right now.
But what's in you is in you. It's just knowing yourself and knowing how to change taking the good and the bad and learning from both. That's how you turn a negative into a positive. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of us got a lot of our people ways in us, but we have learned to become ourselves and know that certain ways we don't want to have, or certain ways wasn't good. You know what I mean? And certain ways I embrace and run with them. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's right. I read something. It says, what happens when the apple, that's why I asked that question. What happens when the apple falls to the ground? The moment the fallen apple is transferred to the earth, because of the earth being very large in mass, its change in velocity is hardly perceptible. So that is just like what it was that we were saying. When that apple falls to the ground, it's either going to splat or it's going to take, grow roots not grow roots, but start, maturing.
Like he said, when it falls, it's going to either roll and take off running or it's going to splat. Like, because it's already rotten. And
it went on to say that the earth and the apple move towards each other with equal and oppositely directed moments. So, like we've been alluding to, hey, when that apple falls to the ground, it's either going to grow up or it's going to grow down. Yeah. And if it grow down, then it ain't going to go nowhere.
And that's almost like you said, those apples that didn't fall too far from that tree. What you think about that, Fast Lane? Them apples that didn't fall too far from the tree.
Well, a lot of them tend to become a part of the tree that they came from. You know what I'm saying? And they most likely mimic that tree and be on the exact same thing as what they came from, because that's all they see in front of them. You know what I'm saying? They never ventured off from the tree. You know what I'm saying?
And
so
that's
they
what
just
I was
became
saying,
another branch of the tree.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We all branches of that tree, but when we get away from the tree, we become different branches. You know what I'm saying? And we create other branches and other branches. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, like that saying run deep, because we all got a lot of our people ways in us. But, like I said,
it's almost like a negative and a positive. We all got negative and we all got positive in us. Some of us take on the negative, and some of us take on that better half of ourselves. You know.
All right, now we got a caller.
We got a caller.
Let's check it out and see what we're doing.
Call from.
Hello, caller.
Well, hello, my kids. What's going down?
Well, hello there. How are you?
You're doing good, doing good.
That's
I
good.
feel a whole lot better. Been sick this week. Got a little baby back. But
Well, it's good to have you back. I'm glad you're better.
Yes, I'm glad you're feeling better. Can't keep nobody down, baby.
no, I never.
Why not see it?
Can we do a moment of silence?
You say
So walk back to the
most definitely, most definitely. This is a moment of silence for our fallen ones. Rest in peace. Bring peace to his family.
Especially them children.
And with that apple being fallen,
Yes.
let's talk about that mental health going on with that apple.
Talk
Well, what you
about
got for us?
Well, we listening now, baby.
it. Did we?
You know, that apple goes a long distance when they drop it wrong. Not only do it right, but it wrong. Not all the time it right. When it hit that ground, sometimes it hits that clip and it rolls. So everybody ain't handling that apple that's presented to our mental health.
Caller, we can't hear you.
Yep, we done lost you, caller.
Well, caller, that's all
I'm
right,
back.
baby. You back? You back? Okay, talk to us now. Talk to us. Cause, hey, caller, I just want you to know now. I don't want you to be thinking I be rude, but if we get another caller, I'm gonna kind of rush you off the phone so we can answer all of our calls. But you know we appreciate you, baby.
Because it ain't just our opinions that's on the deck.
Exactly.
We want everyone that call in.
All right now, so go ahead and finish saying what you're saying.
Calls in, we gonna move on.
All right now.
Well,
Just my opinion that's on deck.
All right now.
we listening, baby.
We
Talk
listening.
to us.
Talk to us, baby. We're gonna talk back.
Okay, that apple that drops, sometimes it rolls. It don't always right. And the apple might roll to another decision that it ain't meant to roll to, but it's gonna roll. Because it done hit that ground that might be unlevel. But everybody ain't capable. That's why we took a moment of silence.
Did we go back to a
apple
moment of silence?
holds a whole lot of strength.
Yes,
And it
does.
might have your seeds to it, or it might have a worm. It just depends on how you take that apple.
So then, why don't you break it down when them apples have worms in it? You know what? How can you relate that to
The
like
bad apple in the bunch.
Yeah,
is that a bad apple or that's the
you know?
example? Because a lot of times,
Because that bad apple is whether you want to do the bad deed or you want to do it good. Everybody has a little darkness to them.
Most definitely, most definitely.
But if you want that apple to ripe, it's all within yourself. What leadership, what role, or what advice you going to take in order for you to move in the direction that you need for yourself to be manifest in.
All right now. That's so true.
And that manifestation goes a long way. So that's whether that apple going to roll or you going to have that worm. But you ain't got to have that worm. It's all within you accepting that worm that's in that apple.
All right now. All right now.
So all of us need to gather within ourselves.
Well, the topic is the fruit don't fall too far from the tree. So
And it don't. And it don't.
So can you say whether or not your fruit fell far from the tree? You know what I'm saying? Do you see any similarities in your
She said it didn't fall that far.
And when I got older, ma'am, I said, look here. I'm going to take this worm out this apple and polish it a little bit.
Yeah,
I'm going to take what the tree gave me
and run with it.
and I'm going to run with it.
Amen.
But I'm going to manifest the good from it. But I'm going to pay attention to the bad from it.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, because sometimes that worm will teach you.
You better know.
You wouldn't know.
Worm will teach you.
You wouldn't know it's a good apple if it wasn't for the bad apples. You know what I
telling
mean?
There you go. There you go. And sometimes that worm will teach you.
Yeah.
So as I get older, I learn what I want to do with the worm and the apple.
Hey, and listen, one of my viewers said that apple that hit the ground may not be rotten to the core. It can change and blossom.
Yes.
To be a
I was gonna
sweet
ask
apple.
that. I was gonna ask the question about what happens. You know, should you pick that apple up when it is that it falls, you know, to the ground too soon before it is that it's
all the way ripen?
Well, what makes it
But
too
sometimes we
soon?
pick
Some
it
apples
up.
might need to. I mean, if it fell, it was meant to fall.
Exactly.
You know, that's one
There
thing
you
about
go.
life, though. We all go looking for reasons when really the reason is right in front of you. Because one thing for sure, the Most High don't make mistakes. So even when we fall, it's something down on that ground He had for us. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of us end up. Like, we be so caught up in what we going through that we don't understand the message of why we going through it. You know what I'm saying? So when that apple probably fell, it might have had a purpose a little sooner than the ones that was getting ripe. You know what I'm saying? That one might be the one they meant to get ate.
And we
you know?
always pay attention to the deliver, but we don't pay attention to the message. Pay attention to the message. Because it depends on who giving it to you. It don't matter who giving it to you, but did you pay attention to the message?
That's right. That's right.
Right. So you might be on that ground in the
you
mud.
ain't pay attention to the message, you ain't learned nothing.
All right now.
That's the same way with Jesus. The same way with God. For he gave the world to his only begotten son. But we don't pay attention to the message that his son was given.
I thought you was finna break the scripture down for us, you know. But
Look.
okay, we got you though. Don't worry about it, Mama.
Well, you know what's deep about the message is? Well, He was also letting us know then that the fruit didn't fall that far from the tree because He said that we was in the image of our Father. So that means in the image of our Father, then we got the power to create and we got the power to destroy. So we got to know that within us we got more power than what we know. You know what I mean? Because we are in the images of our Father. You know what I mean? So, and with that being said, we have the power to destroy as well, and we do destroy and don't be knowing we destroying. You know what I mean? So we have to know ourselves. You know what I mean? And knowing ourselves is knowing where we came from.
Exactly.
You know?
And the manifestation is within the tongue. That's your snake right there.
And that, like one of my viewers that's on my live said, repent. You gotta repent. So even if it was a bad apple that fell with a worm in it, that's not to say that that apple is rotten to the core. That just means that it had a worm in it, and hey, it needs to regroup because that's why it fell to the ground. So now it's time for you to get up on your feet and take off and do what you're supposed to be doing because you was holding on a little too long. So now you got that little worm, and yeah, it's time for you to do what you got to do.
We stay together. And just listeners know that my beautiful ladies, we have a room starting, we walking, we trying to get it together and focus on health with everything, mental, body, and soul. And we're encouraging each other.
That's
So
right.
any worm that's out the group, we're speaking encouragement to it.
That's right.
It takes all of us to be a
Hey,
learning and encouragement to one another.
That's true.
see, that's what we talking about when we say that apple don't fall too far from the tree. See, that's that Mama Rosie talk. See, she didn't care how you came, just come correct when you come through her doors, because she had all shapes and sizes. She accepted us all, you know what I mean, and she showed us unconditional love that money couldn't buy. You see what I'm saying? She showed us unconditional love, whether it was woman or man. She showed us all the same. You know what I mean? Because she showed the strength of a woman that made the strongest men bow down. You see what I'm saying? But that also gave us all strength because she was doing something that a lot of people sit around and cry about all day when she did it times 10. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But that's where we come from. We come from that type of tree. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
That's right.
So we want our callers to call in 515-599-1687. That's 515-599-1687. Call in and talk to us. We're going to talk back.
And we all know that a lot of our apples wasn't the best apples. We had a lot of little rotten apples, most definitely. But hey, like it said, you don't give up on that rotten apple, and she never did. And she still molded, nurtured and molded that apple when it was that. Hey, it had a little rotten in it.
And not only that, you got to look at it. Not just one apple falls from a tree. You got several apples falling.
Ain't gonna be good apples.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got doctors, lawyers. You got some that might end up in the penitentiary. And I'm not you speaking that in nobody's life, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You got things that all kind of way. But we got another caller. Hold on.
Call from.
Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello?
Hello there. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
That's good. What's your name? And are you getting in on this conversation about fruit don't fall too far from the tree?
Yes, I am. This is Sharon.
Hey, Sharon. How you doing on the day?
All right, and you?
I'm good. Can't complain, love. Can't complain.
All right. Now, I ain't seen you in a while, girl. What's been going on with you?
Hey, this is what I do right here. Me and my people.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, what I was saying about the apple that's not falling far from the tree is like we all have characteristics, you know what I'm saying, of our parents. But as far as the fruit being rotten, anything to me that's rotten can always somehow turn out to be sweet. I just feel like when you come out and you're rotten, it was for a reason. God gave everybody a chance, to be able to change. Right. So I feel like when that apple fell far from that tree, it was a lesson to be learned. That just because I'm sour now and bitter don't mean I'm going to always be that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just a lesson learned, for us or whatever it was the God was trying to show us. Like, I could take something that's spoiled and rotten, I could turn it to something beautiful and make it blossom and make it taste sweet. That's the same way when it comes to people, you know what I'm saying? People are the same way. You might have a person who's out here doing wrong. When God steps in and says it's time to repent, get yourself together. And that apple going to blossom and bloom will be the most beautiful thing that ever was on that tree.
That's right. Absolutely.
Might outshine the rest of them, That's why you can't never count people out.
Right. Exactly. You can't do that. That's why I say never judge a book by its cover.
That's right. That is so
well, Miss Sharon, did she say Sharon?
Sharon.
Miss Sharon, do you have any children? How many apples do you have?
I have 5 sons and 5 daughters.
All right.
Okay. And out of those 5 sons and 5 daughters, how many of those apples are like you as far as behavior or like you as far as appearance?
Well, I'm going to say this here. I have 2 rotten apples, but right now they trying to blossom.
All right now.
Okay.
That's what's up.
They trying to blossom now. They getting their stuff together now, so I'm gonna have 10 good apples.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. God bless me, and I love all the apples, baby.
I know that's right, and that's what you gotta do. You gotta nourish and each one of them all. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't leave none of them behind. Hey,
not at all.
Like you said, they might start off one way and end up the other way, and that could be vice versa too. They could start off good and end up rotten. You know what I'm saying?
And then get rotten. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
That's what's up. Well, we definitely appreciate you calling in. We here every Friday, so hey, make sure you stay tuned in every Friday, 8 p.m.
Okay, I sure will.
Yes, I appreciate
every
you
Friday.
calling. I'm sorry.
All right, Chrissy. All righty. We'll get a chance to talk, Chris, later.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We definitely will. It was always a pleasure.
Thank you, Miss Sharon.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Sharon. We used to work together. Thank you for
Yeah.
calling in. Appreciate you.
That's good.
All righty.
Good hearing from the callers.
Okay, now. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, we have to, regardless to what that apple is, we have to nourish that apple. Hey, God's still nourishing all his apples. Hey, still nourishing them, even though it is that there is so much turmoil and things going on. There's a whole lot of bad apples out here with some worms in them. But he ain't giving up. So who are we to give up on, those apples that fall short? Those apples that fall short.
Exactly. And the thing about it is that, we have to start taking accountability and stop being so judgmental because everything don't look like we look like, or everything might not dress like you dress, or, people might not walk and talk like you talk. Hey, sometimes if you give a person a chance, you might realize that it was a blessing for them, one, to come into your life, and how blessed you will be with them coming in your life. So, yeah, even though them apples fall far from the tree, or some of them that don't fall far at all, we have to, love and nourish all these apples.
That's right, because just as well as the one that doesn't fall far from the tree, or that one that falls to the ground that may have a little worm in it or whatever, hey, you want to nourish the one that is a good apple, a good little shiny red or a green apple, just as much as you do that other apple that may have a few little bruises on it, because it's just all about encouragement, encouraging that. I know a lot of times I'll say mothers will say, ooh, that child looks just like their daddy and I can't stand him.
Oh, here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I can't stand them.
Yeah.
So, but okay, now you the bearer of that fruit. What about, those traits?
Exactly.
When they say the fruit don't fall too far from the tree, hey, that came from you. You know what I'm saying? So no matter if it's rotten or whatever, that's what you produced.
Yeah, and,
you know what I'm saying?
And you knew what you...
Hey, it was given to you for a reason. Sometimes it's a reflection of something you might have missed about yourself. Now you're going to see it in your baby. So you got to help that baby no matter what, because that's the same issue you might have been dealing with. Or, we all go through it. Life a journey. No matter how we see it, we might see ourselves for where we at now, or where we once was, or where we want to go. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a process. Even those that's winning, they still got somewhere they got to go to, and those that's losing, they trying to get somewhere, you know what I mean? So like in order to know where we going, we got to know where we been. So where we been play a major part of the process of getting where we going. So even those that we look at it might be losing right now, that might have been us at one point. You see, if you're real with yourself. I don't care if you I don't care if you work for a Fortune 500 company, whatever you do. It was a process. Unless you was born with it. As far as somebody handing it right to you. It ain't too many of us that could say that for real. We all had to come from something. And even those that was handed to them, they lost it in order to learn how to appreciate it. Because most of the time when people get stuff handed to them, they don't appreciate it at the beginning. They have to learn how to appreciate it because they think it's gonna keep coming.
Exactly. And they become dependent on it, like as if that's something you supposed to do.
Them expectations.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yes. Exactly. It do.
So it's still, we all play a part. See, somewhere along this journey, we stop being accountable for the good days, the bad days. You know what I'm saying? We want to just pick the good days. And I'm talking about even when others close to us going through certain things, and we might need to just give them some word of advice. Sometimes it ain't always about whooping them or judging them. And, a lot of people be so afraid to speak to others because everybody want to judge everybody now. We all want to be the judge now. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, the coldest judge is the one who judged that man in the mirror the most. You know what I'm saying? Because they help you perfect yourself. You know what I mean? You get better within self. You know what I mean? So, no matter what I go through with my kids or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I see myself in them in so many different ways. It helps me be a better helper. You know what I'm saying? As far as now I can't really knock you because I know I was 10 times worse than that. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? I know that ain't right, but still I was 10 times worse. And it just helped me realize I got a part to play. You know what I'm saying? Because this fruit came from me. No matter what, I might be pissed off at some of it, but then sometimes it's like, hey, that fruit didn't fall too far. So I got to still remind them of the tree it came from. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you make a good point because for the simple fact and reason being that is a part of you. But that part of you, that little apple also can help you recognize those flaws and those things that you didn't do so well and how it is that you can correct what it is that you're seeing so that they may not have to go through the same thing that you're going through. I was at work last night and a young lady, she asked me, she said, Miss Michelle, can I ask you something? She said, this is off Walmart's. And I was all like, okay. So she said, so do you believe that, you know what they say about generational curses? And I said, I do believe that there are generational concerns. I'm not calling it an actual curse, but I do know that there are generational concerns. She said, like, say for instance, my mom went through a lot with her parents and so on and so forth. And, her parents didn't treat her right or her parents did her this way. She said, and guess what? She doing the same thing to us. So, when we talking about that apple don't fall too far from the tree, those traits that are picked up from your parents, you also can pass those along to your kids. Right. At what point do we start kind of lifting that apple up or pushing that apple further out so that they can grow and blossom and not have to endure what it is that we may have endured?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm saying this because, we went through a similar, kind of with that, and rest in peace. And I still love her to this day and miss her. My grandmother, and not my mother's mother, but my father's mother. If you think about it, her mother didn't do her, right. Mm-hmm. So that kind of trickled down on our father. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then it kind of trickled down, on us. So when you think about it, whether you want to say it's a curse or whether it's concerns, I think we all speaking on the same things. And yeah, that could happen because you have to remember, when you are a product of your environment, those are environments. And they're just trickling down. You know what I'm saying? So we do have to learn how to break that curse. And you know what I'm saying? So it won't keep going and keep going and keep going. And I'm going to be honest with you. I do believe that my daughter broke that because she tried to do that to my daughter. But my daughter reversed it on her and still showed her love. And after that, their relationship became better. Right. Because instead of my daughter not falling into that, she showed her like, okay, Grandma, I'ma still be right here for you in your time of need. And it was like, their relationship became better. And it didn't start in mine though, but it did with my daughter. So
and that's just like, like I was telling my son, my oldest son, Damo, like, with my grandson, I'm sitting up with him and my grandson right here. And I'm like, man, do you know, like, we breaking a generational curse right now that they call a curse because my daddy didn't know his father. And he didn't know his grandfather. You feel me? I mean, his grandfather. My daddy didn't know his grandfather. You see what I'm saying? And y'all didn't get to meet y'all grandfather. And we didn't even know our grandfather. You see what I'm saying? And he's sitting right here with his grandfather and his daddy. You know what I'm, and his daddy. All three of us in the same circle. You know what I'm saying? And like, that was a sign of a turnaround too. You know what I mean? Like, it's our time on our way back up. We just gotta find ourselves. We tribal people. We all of the walks they could think of. And now the truth coming out. So the world telling us now, y'all gotta love yourself. When they saying that fruit didn't fall too far from the tree, what was in us then is still in us. You know what I'm saying? So
we just gotta get back to it.
Like, in order to break those so-called curses or whatever, we gotta acknowledge it. You know what I'm saying? People think
That's
the process
right.
of
Yep.
doing right, you just want to brush it away. No, you got to acknowledge it so you can move on from it. You know what I'm saying? That plays a major part, acknowledging where we've been. And you know, like, it's not about harping on it or walking around carrying it on your shoulder. It's just being real with yourself. Part of this journey that's a part of my journey. You know what I'm saying? Where my people been, where I've been, and that's knowing myself. Because it's things in us we don't acknowledge. We ain't even thinking it's there. But we react. And it comes out, and we don't understand our reaction sometimes because we're not acknowledging what's within us. If you know if you made from a monster or a beast, you better know you got a beast up in you somewhere. And if you don't acknowledge it, you might lose control.
Exactly. We got a caller. Hold on now.
Call from.
Hello, caller. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
All right, now what's going on?
I just want to leave y'all with this tonight, because y'all just speaking through me, not to me also. But I was just sitting, I was like, what did I do when I was young that I need to reflect on? So, as I'm looking at my daughter grow up before my eyes, and I take note of the attitude, the stylist, the way she moves, and the way she talks, and everything that she does. And it has me thinking, like, what did I do when I was young? To reflect myself.
Man.
So that starts with that apple again.
Yeah, that's so
And because not only did the apple that we get when we was growing up, but the apple that we presented from ourselves with the seeds that we produce.
Exactly. That's true.
That's right.
So that's why
everything take accountability, like Ross said. Be accountable for your actions. You know, and it's a lot of people that try to stray away from that. They don't want to be accountable for what it is that, well, hey, what's that saying? Words, you gonna get it back, because that very little piece of fruit that you done bared, go give it back to you one way or the other.
That's why I had to call back. That's why I had to call back.
She said that's why she had to call back.
With what he said, because that also plays a part too. And everything that's stated, the caller that came in and what you stated, everything that's being stated tonight, please take heed, because that apple is a summer.
You're right. We definitely a call. We appreciate you once again, caller.
We got to pay attention to it. And that mug is shiny, wipe it off. But even when it's shiny.
Yeah. So when a lot of people say that you are a product of your environment, that doesn't necessarily mean you're a product of your environment that you live in. I mean, you know, that's outside.
Right.
It most definitely means the product of the environment that you were birthed from, as well as living.
Well, it starts there before it can even go outside. So
that's right.
Yeah.
That you was inherited before you even touched to even play Jackson ball and jump double.
Yep.
Hula hoop and hopscotch and all of that. Yeah.
All of
Tag
that.
football, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't sit up there and question why my child doing this, why my child doing that. You need to be questioned. What did I do? Just like you said, Carla, you called back in because you got to thinking.
Yeah, because it started with us. That fruit came from you. So what's in you, that's that, man. The Most High got a hell of a way of reminding us sometime. And he'll hit us with what we love, because it's going to be right in our face. He like, you didn't see it when I was trying to tell you. So now you're going to see it through your seed. So you're going to really hear me, because now you're going to be dealing with them same. That's why Mama always used to tell us, keep on living. You gonna know. And when you have kids, you understand. And I understand now. You know what I mean? I used to be one like, Mama, why you want me to call everywhere I'm going? Or late nights, it's like, yeah, let me know you're all right. She's be like, Colin, let me know you're all right.
And now we adamant.
And now I understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I understand, because when my son's in the house with me and they, at the age they at, and so much going on, and they leave and they gone and they ain't answering their phones. I think about my mama all the time, like, wow, I understand now, mama.
And
I can't even go to sleep. How I'm gonna go to
Exactly.
sleep if you ain't answer the phone? I don't know what's
Exactly.
going on with you. There's so many shots going off and everything else going on. And it made me realize I had to deal with them for myself. First, look at yourself. And now you realize what she was trying to tell you. So now you could go at it in a different approach. Like sometimes we be scolding them instead of letting them know. I really understand because I was that times 10 and not bragging on. I'm just letting you know that I ain't no better. I just want you to do better for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Who could tell you more than the person that really went through it?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
And
So
these times ain't like our times either. You know what I'm saying?
so we gotta be able to make them relate and understand. They want stuff to relate to, and really they don't realize all of that came from us.
Exactly.
So we have to remind them of all of that. You know, I ain't no different. I'm only better. I'm better, and I'm gonna constantly get better with myself. Not better than nobody else, but better with where I once was with myself. You know what I'm saying? And that process of me getting better, I was once doing the same as you was doing the same lies y'all trying to spin. We see right through. We used to wonder why our mamas will see right through our lies like psychics. Whole time she letting us know I done did that times 10.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or I done had that experience of it.
All that plays a part.
Yeah.
It does.
Yep,
it really does. Most definitely. Yes. So hey, we gotta nurture our apples while it is that they are on that tree, so that when they fall and hit the earth, then hey, when they moving out there in the wilderness and on the earth, then they moving in a better direction. Nobody's perfect, so we know that everybody ain't gonna ain't nobody gonna do it. Everybody have their own faults and everything like that.
Yeah, and basically we just saying that teach your children. Get back to really teaching your children and stop allowing everybody else to teach them. Because if it starts at home, when you send them out or whenever they go out into the world, at least they have some type of knowledge or some type of thought, like I do have a choice other than what society or the world choice is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
and I'll say again, it's some that don't have that that tree that they can go back to, or they are getting nourished from. So somebody else grab a hold to them. If you know that they don't have that tree that they can get that nourishment from, hey, help them. Give that helping hand. Because I think that if we all grab somebody's fruit, somebody's apple.
Because somebody grabbed us. You know what I'm saying? Somebody grabbed us. And it wasn't always mama. It wasn't always daddy. Hey, up our next door neighbors. Up the street. Look, all the way up on the corner.
It takes a village.
So we gotta get back to it. Like, it's just your child is just not your child. That's our child, because it takes a village. We got to get back to that.
It take a village. That's why they say
that the parents that we have today in the village that is around,
it's way different. We know that.
Always plays a part.
It's way different.
And not only are we looking for the village for our kids, but we looking for the village to let us know that the village is a village.
Yeah.
In order to even speak to our kids.
Well, this is a form of a village right here if we all take it like that, because this when everybody could come together and why not say it and voice their opinion.
Exactly.
We all trying to, we all raising kids.
Always state it.
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a conversation based that needs to be had, and everybody's opinion is welcome. It's not just we're talking in general, and we're talking to try to get a society to understand
and to help with solutions.
A fist is more powerful. A fist is more powerful,
and that's true.
Real talk, man.
Because
That's
it
right.
ain't just about us just talking. We ain't trying to overtalk nobody. We say opinions and facts that try to get us awakened and try to look forward to teaching our next generation.
And we
Because this
also
is
want
what we're
everybody to
raising.
participate. You know, we want people to
Yes.
participate because you know, even though we're sharing our opinions and facts, we want to hear from other people, from you all. That'll
Yes.
help the people that's listening and tuned in. You know, they might be going through a situation,
Or
but
we
you
might be
can't-
going through a
Or we
situation.
might be going
You never
through.
know,
You know,
you
you
know what
can't
I mean?
sit on what God got you. Hey, if you made it through your situation, you supposed to be telling somebody about that.
Plan can't
So-
no man break down. What he has planned can't no man break down. And I feel every conversation we have, because even with us having the conversation, my daughter's sitting right here with me talking to, I want her to understand what we're saying as well. So I'm not just talking just to be talking. I'm talking in front of her too, because I want her to hear the conversations that we're having. Because I want you to know, babe, because what we got and what we're going against at this day and age is too much going on and it's too fast.
That's right. That's right. And that's your
We're
apple.
beyond where we was growing up on.
Man.
It's going too fast.
But yeah.
And if we can't have the conversation with each other and everybody else chime in, because a fist is a mighty blow. And that's what I'm going to leave with.
All right
love
now.
y'all.
We love you
And-
too always. Appreciate you, Carla. Look, cuz, shout out to you, baby. Love you. Hey,
and
take
the
care of that
topic is
apple.
real. Look.
Till the next time. Why Not Said is definitely in the building. Hey, we love all of our listeners. The ones that's viewing it. The ones that call in. The ones that, hey. I heard that. Berg. We are on the air. Check it out. We love all of y'all for Why Not Said. Did you hear him barking me, Miss Mink?
Oh, that's what that was. Okay.
You know he
I hit the wrong button.
No,
It
you
wasn't
didn't.
even personal.
I ain't taking
It wasn't
personal.
Hey, see, that's that apple. That apple.
Hey,
a little bit of
I didn't
worm
take
comes
black
out.
sheep, man.
Hey,
I'll
like
take
we
that.
said, call in, tune in every Friday. If you got a topic you want to talk about, reach out to us. We're going to get it on the air. This is where we can talk about it. Everybody's opinions count. Love y'all. Till the next time. Y'all want any last remarks? Fast lane.
Love all you apples out there. Don't fall too far and, well, don't move too far and be rotten. Just be accountable. That's all I can say. Be an accountable apple. The AA.
All right. Till the next time. We out of here. Thank you to all my live. We love you guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Call in. Tune in. Hey, talk to us. We talk back. Take us out, Fast Lane.
For every move, you got to play for keeps.
Every Friday.